afternoon, everybody. So it's April 27th, the day after Plow Day. And in conversation last night at dinner, Clifton's girlfriend Michaela asked the question, well, what do you do after Plow Day to prepare the ground to plant? Do you just plant right into that? I said, no. We have to run the soil finisher over it, or you can run a field cultivator or a finishing disc and kind of level things off, or just a pull type harrow. So it kind of brought up a good idea to add to the video what we actually do after Plow Day. And this is what we do. We take our 724 John Deere soil finisher with the 200 seedbed finisher behind it, and we run it over at a severe angle over the plowed ground and level out any imperfections. We use a John Deere 9300 to pull it. It is soft out here, but by the time you run the finisher and a rolling basket over it, it firms it up real nice. Makes it into a nice seed bed. So years ago, 500 years ago, when we first started farming, we had the John Deere 290 corn planters and whatever IH, McCormick, Daring, Case, whatever numbers they had back then, the old trip planters. They had a cast iron or steel boot, seed boot, that actually slid on the ground, and that's what opened up your seed furrow. Let me turn and I'll finish this. So with those boot type planters, you had to have really nice clean ground, because if you come up to a corn stalk that was laying crossways in front of that boot and it got caught around it, it wouldn't cut it, it would just push it ahead of it, and it would just destroy your seed furrow, and it just would be terrible. So we fast forward 450 years, and we get up into like the John Deere 494A planters. There was an option to have disc blades on them. And then you get up into the 1240s. There was an option to have it on those. And then, I believe on a John Deere 7000 planter, it was just factory standard to have disc openers, double disc openers on it. The thing with a double disc opener is when you come up to a corn stalk, it's laying across there, that disc opener rolls, it's going to take it under, it's going to pinch it, and it's going to cut it, and it's going to go on through, and it's going to open up your seed furrow. Well then, fast forward another 20, 30 years, somebody had the bright idea, hey, we can utilize that high pressure hydraulic oil from that tractor, or we can utilize some springs and we can put down pressure on those disc openers and we can really make them slice. And that's when we were given the no-till planter. So kind of a little short form story evolution of planters right there. I may have gotten my dates and years wrong. It sounded good anyways. But so I don't want to hurt any feelings in the no-till community, but to me there's just nothing better than planting in some freshly turned clean dirt. Now I know every farm has a different situation. All ground has different methods that can be tilled or planted or farmed. But to me, I like nice clean dirt to plant in. I like to look back and I like to see all the little lines that the firming wheels left, the closing wheels. I do plant a lot of no-till. There are farms that just benefit from the no-till because they're higher ground, and when we don't have a lot of rain, it really benefits the no-tilling because we're saving that moisture. We're not fluffing the ground up and drying it out. But the nice thing about tillage work is you start with a clean slate. You get rid of any ruts, any groundhog holes, anything like that. You get rid of, you eliminate it, you level the ground back out. Now, if we do no-till, we will go through and we'll just spot disc any spots that are rough. But when you do a lot of tillage work like this, you do the whole farm, it's like shaking an etchy sketch. You start over, you start fresh. Another benefit to tillage work is if the ground's cold, it fluffs it up and warms it up quicker. But like I said, I don't want to offend anybody. I know there are different methods of farming all over the world. What works for you works for you. What works for me works for me. I don't look down on anybody for the way that they do something. If it fits their operation, that's fine with me. So I'd like to thank everybody again for coming to Plow Day. Had a really good turnout for the weather that we had. I know it was cold and it was raining the day before, and that was probably a big turnoff to a lot of people coming. But for the ones that did come, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Love seeing everybody. Love talking to everybody. In fact, I think I only made one round with my 620. So I didn't get to plow much, but I actually went and plowed some this morning down here. Dad and I finished up some short rows. So that was fun. Him and I spent some time together plowing this morning. But next year I'd like to do things a little differently. I'd like to do a 2-day event. For those that can't make it on one day, they can possibly make it the next. Or for those that want to take a tractor home and swap it out and bring a different one, they're more than welcome to do that also. So I'll give you 2 chances to do some plowing. I know a lot of guys thank me for doing this because they don't really have anywhere else they can plow. A lot of guys in their area don't allow anybody to do any plowing. To me, I'd rather sit out here and level this back off as to not see smiling faces. Seeing everybody smile and have a good time is worth it to me. To come out here and run the field cultivator and grade this back off, and level it out, it's really not too bad. There are a few spots that dead furrows and things like that, but hey, it's not bad at all. Turned out real nice. It's gonna look real nice after I'm done planting it. But definitely enjoy doing the plow days. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's a lot of fun to me. Enjoy getting to see everybody, getting to hear the stories that everybody has from over the years of farming. And a lot of guys have never been able to plow. It just wasn't something that was part of the farming operation they either grew up on or worked for, because a lot of plowing hasn't been done in 30, 40 years. I was fortunate to grow up plowing because we had to plow the mint under every fall when I worked for my uncle. So I was very fortunate to get in on that. I did that when I was little all the way up till I was out of high school. I remember going and riding with Dad in 8650, pulled a 10-bottom plow with it. Remember Saturday morning back in the 90s, listening to Bob Kingsley on the radio of the top 40 country countdown while plowing mint. Stuff that I'll never forget. Especially now that there's YouTube videos of Bob Kingsley on them in the countdown. They come on and it just sucks you right back in time. Pretty cool. So very fortunate to live the life that I have, get to experience the things that I've gotten to. So anyways, thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one. Like I said, be ready for Plow Day 2026. hopefully it comes through and we can do a 2-day event, and I might even throw some other things in the mix, like maybe some planting demonstrations and maybe some other tillage work. Maybe we'll go from plowing all the way to planting and show how it was done back in the day. So we probably won't really plant, but we'll pull a planter around. So, all right, thank you for watching.